in a couple months, I'll be entering a new decade, man. And it's crazy to say because I remember being 17. I left home. I went to this high school right here in Pennsylvania, Council Rock North. Had a blast here. I remember being in Iowa. I remember being in Windsor. I remember being in London, Nova Scotia, all these places and memories in my life, you know? And it's crazy to think that, wow, like in a couple months, I'm actually gonna be entering a new decade of my life. And a lot of people tend to not like getting older because they feel like they're not cool anymore or their looks start to change or they just feel old because they're not young and hip anymore. But my view on it, man, honestly, like I feel great to be honest because number one, I know for a fact that I take care of my health and I take care of my mind. So I'm entering a new decade, but I look like I'm 20. And when I'm 40, I'm gonna look like I'm 30. And when I'm 50, I'm gonna look like I'm 40 because health is a big priority to me. So that's how I know, like, I don't really care about aging or numbers because I know that I'm gonna be taking great care of myself. But when I was a teenager, if you told me, oh man, like when you turn 30, I probably would have been like, yo, that's old. Like, I would have been like, yo, you're an old man. And honestly, now that I'm almost here, I don't feel old at all. It's so funny because like I talk to my pops and I ask him like how he feels at his age, and he tells me the same thing. Like he doesn't feel like he's his age. He feels like he's still young, but just the facts is like he is that age, right? And it's the same thing for me. Like I don't feel like I'm 30 years old. Like if someone said this is how you feel when you turn 30, then I'd be like, really? Like, because again, I feel like I'm 20, 21, but I'm just smarter, stronger, wiser, and just have a lot more life experience. And it's great, man. To be honest, it's a blessing to get older because I know a lot of people, sadly, that didn't even make it to 21 or 25 years old, and they didn't even get to experience life, get married or become a father, spend more time with their loved ones. Like, life is a precious thing, and I feel like every day, every moment that we're blessed to be here, that it's it's just a great thing to be alive and to get to experience this thing we call life. All of the ups, all of the downs. It's beautiful, man. You get to really embrace the entire human experience and just be here. And just me thinking about that puts a smile on my face. I'm just so happy to be alive. I'm in Brazil right now. Never thought I would ever be here in my life, ever. But somehow this is the path that God put onto me, and I'm just currently doing my best to, live that out. And how do I feel about where I'm at in life right now, turning this age? I think if you asked me this question a few years ago, I would say I need to be here, I need to be doing this, this, and this. But now that I'm actually here, I feel okay. Like I don't feel like I'm behind at all. I don't feel like I'm ahead at all. I just honestly feel like I'm right where I'm supposed to be in this moment. And I'm just fully embracing my life trajectory right now. Because everything that I went through prior to this point, it got me here. And I'm grateful for where I'm at right now. I love my life. I love who I am, what I'm doing, the people that I'm helping. So, all in all, I don't feel like, oh man, like by the time I turn 30, I gotta be making this amount of money, I gotta be married, kids, this, that, and the third. Like, a few years ago, I probably would have thought that, but right now, I'm just accepting where I'm at and just trusting God and trusting the process. Um, Do I think I would have been here though at 30? Probably not. Like if you asked me this when I was like 20, when I was 20 years old and I thought about 30, I think I probably would say I would have a family by now for sure, because my goal was to make it to the league and then like have my kids come and watch me play football, with my wife there, family at the games. That shit would have been wavy. That would have been so wavy. But yeah, at 20, that's probably what I would have said. But that's not where I'm at, and it's okay because this is my life and I'm living it. Almost 30. I'm in a whole other country, doing my thing, living life, learning, experiencing, and it just shows you that life is unpredictable, man. Like you really never know where you're gonna be, who you're gonna meet, what you're gonna be doing for work, friends, environments you're in. Like you really don't know, but as you take the steps and you live life, everything just unfolds. And this is where I'm at right now, man. And it feels good. It feels good, man. I think this next decade, though, is going to be the determining factor. I feel like your 20s is the build up, your 30s is where you continue to build, but then your 40s is that's really when you separate. I think the separation starts in your 30s as well, but 40s is where you really get serious, because I feel like in this decade, this is definitely where you set those foundations of your life, like marriage, children, solidifying your career or business. This is the decade where these things take place. Like, can you imagine being a parent? Like, that is probably one of the waviest things ever. I know some people don't want kids. I definitely do. But I just feel like that right there is so crazy, and it would like shift your life in such a profound way. I can't even articulate what that experience would be like. I feel like it would be hard, but it would be fun and it would be good, because I think back to my childhood and we weren't rich, but we were rich in love, we were rich in family. So many memories, man. I could go on for days about that. I'm gonna spare y'all, but so much fun, man. And I feel like at the end of the day, that's what being a great parent is gonna be about. It's gonna be about teaching. It's gonna be about learning, having fun, and just making them a better you. The same way that my parents did for me, it's gonna be my job to do to my children, is to teach them what I didn't know earlier. That way they could avoid my mistakes and just be better. Because that's what it's about at the end of the day. When you pass that torch, you want to put them in a position to where they're going to be able to get off on a better start to you. You want to put them in a position to where they're going to start off at a better point than you. Like, I want my kid to be bilingual. You feel me? Like, imagine learning 2 languages as a baby. You grow up, you know a couple languages. That'd be crazy. By the time you're 6, 7, you already went to like 3, 4, 5 different countries. Wavy. Like, you're just a global citizen, like a multifaceted human being. Like, as a kid, I think I took my first trip to Jamaica. That was the first time I left the country internationally, because I traveled for AAU basketball. I think what was that? Grade 6, 7, 8, around there. But the first time, and that was to America. I'm from Canada, so that was going to America. So technically I left the country, but Canada and America, it's kind of like the same. But I think I was 10 years old the first time the family went to Jamaica, and that was a hell of an experience, right? But I was 10. So hopefully with my kids, They could be going to multiple countries when they're like 4 or 5, Boom. I already did better for them than I had to me, which is how it should be. Each generation just gets better and better with time. Another thing is piano. I wanted to learn piano. I mean, it's still not too late, but I feel like if you learn an instrument as a kid, again, that's just another sick skill. For me and my family, it was all about sports, basketball, football, soccer, which is fantastic. But like as I got older, I'm like, man, kind of wish I learned an instrument. So that's something that I'm gonna definitely help my kid with if they want to. I feel like as a parent, it's gonna be your job to like expose them to certain things, and whatever they gravitate to, you just pour into that. But I think learning an instrument is a great skill. Multiple languages is a great skill. Learning how to fight, another great skill. Gotta know how to defend yourself for sure. And yeah, man. Random thoughts. This is the thoughts of a man who's almost 30 years old, just always thinking about the future, but still somehow trying to live in the now, but also trying to prepare. Because if you don't prepare, you're gonna be done for, man. That's why I'm going so hard. That's why, I'm betting on myself, investing thousands, bro, just to grow and be better and to just have a foundation. Thing is, as an entrepreneur, nothing is ever guaranteed, and you gotta be willing to take risks and bet on yourself, double down, go through the ups and the downs, and just persevere. Because at the end of the day, it's really all you have. That mindset. If you can hold that, you could be successful. And I think, what type of, like for example, if your kid has a dream, how can you tell them to chase their dream if you didn't chase your dream? You're gonna be hypocritical. How can you tell them not to smoke if you're smoking? How can you tell them not to do this if you're doing that? That's something that I also think about. It's like, I really gotta be a role model, like a stand-up citizen. Of course, I'm not gonna be perfect, but I gotta strive to be as perfect as I can be, because they're gonna be like a sponge, just following everything you do, trying to replicate you in every way. So it's like, what do you want to create, right? How do you want them to be and act, right? It's gonna be dependent on you and the woman that you choose. So yeah, I'm just trying to get my habits together right now, man. Try to get my mind right, my body right, my spirit right, my soul right, and just live, man. Live, experience this new decade, and just conquer, man. Like 30s, 30s. It's gonna be beautiful, man. It's gonna be beautiful because you're smarter, wiser, more money. You know who you are. You know your beliefs. You know what you don't rock with. I feel like you know your circle. You know who's not in your circle. And one thing for me, recently, I really just found a deeper love for my family. I mean, of course, I always love my family, but being away so much, it's like, now when I call them, like I just called my aunt today and my grandma today, and we didn't even talk for that long, probably like 25 minutes total, maybe 30 minutes for each convo. And it gave me so much joy, like I'm just so grateful that I have an aunt I could call. I have a grandma that I could call, It's like, man, like this is what matters, man. So I'm looking forward to more family time in my 30s for sure. Starting my own family in my 30s. And just enjoying life, man. Enjoying the blessings of God and just trying to be the best man that I could be and always possible, man. So here's to 30. I ain't 30 yet. I'm 29. Gonna be 30 soon. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it, and I know it's gonna be a good one. Don't have no issues with aging, man. Getting older is a blessing. It's a good thing. It's a great thing. And if you take care of yourself, you can drink from the fountain of youth forever. Let's get it, fellas. Salute.